calibration complete. However, I'd like to note that your shooting skill is absolutely unimportant here. These weapons have a simplified artificial intelligence with a self-learning system, and they simply adapt to the shooter. Wait a second. This is the liner's bow docking airlock for its crew. If there's at least one shuttle left here, we can try to get the friend or foe system to the diagnostic station. That is, if we determine what this system looks like. Level 2 calibration complete. Hitting targets becomes more effective. Probably. I must say, there's quite a lot of security here. What's that? A mutant? Ah, nope. It's just a dead fool.
A young fighter for the rights of synthetic cows. He could have survived the crash if he'd been wearing a normal helmet instead of a rubber mask.
The movement for the rights of synthetic cows hasn't yet gained enough strength, but everything will change soon, I'm sure. Oh, so many corpses.
Young activist set. It had always been popular to use children in protests, but the authors of the set went even further. They say there are even special extended editions with children's Molotov cocktails, children's gas masks, children's rebar, children's pieces of asphalt, and even a children's guide to prison slang. The back of the box, a sign with extra paper. It will be a great tool for expressing your own opinion, and every round you must surely know it. A set of additional sheets of paper will allow you to participate in more than 5 protests. Markers in black and red. You can use them to write all the words learned in school and also the ones you read on some fence. With these 2 colors, not only will you be able to express your thoughts vividly, but also highlight the main ideas. A wool mask retains not only warmth but also anonymity. If you are shown in the news during a protest, your mother and grandmother will
Did
be
someone
proud
bring a
that you didn't
child to
forget to
such an
wear
event?
something warm on
That's
your head.
irresponsible.
Standard
It's
pocket
very
file,
difficult to
an
hit a child with a
indispensable
rubber
tool
bullet,
to
so the
free
party has
yourself
to
after
spend
you get
extra
arrested at a
resources
protest.
to suppress
With
such
it,
riots.
you can try to saw through the bars and continue to protest. Devs, add a co-op mod to ClickEdge 2. It would be easier with friends, no doubt. You can always send your friends to a dangerous place first. Ask them to hold a wire under voltage, give them a suitcase with resources, and let them carry it around. It's a pity everyone died. Space is not a dump. Judging by the latest data, space is really a dump. The issue of space debris has been discussed for a long time, but no one has taken any real action to solve it. No one will clear the place where this catastrophe happened. They'll simply mark it as another dangerous trash sector, thereby creating another space dump. Cows are flat. The so-called flat cow activists are constantly trying to prove something. They build incredible theories and attract new members into their group. But unfortunately for them, cows still remain tri-dimensional, no matter how loudly they shout about the opposite.
Closed secure module, there are an awful lot of dead people in civilian spacesuits around.
Down with remakes. Remakes. Godzilla 2, 3, 4, and 5, Goodzilla, Glanzilla, Croczilla, Dinozilla, and there is Buttzilla too. I think these are all remakes of the famous old movie about the misadventures of a dinosaur in the modern world. So yeah, enough with the remakes. Protect your eyes from the eyelashes tyranny. Eyelashes falling into eyes have been real trouble since the first interstellar flights, during which you can't remove your helmet for many hours. They tried to solve the problem many times and even introduced a law enforcing mandatory eyelashes removal, but so far it's all been ineffective. We demand compliance with the laws of physics. A nice poster. I would have joined a one-man protest, and maybe the laws would have been observed, but I'm afraid I wouldn't have survived this catastrophe then. So screw those laws.
It seems that shortly before the crash, they decided to hold a protest here, although it's unclear what the liner's crew had to do with cows. In any case, the employees have sealed the module hermetically, and we can't get in there easily now. Stop! There's something wrong here. While the activists were waving their signs outside, inside there was a fight between the liner's crew and the coffins. However, almost all of them were killed by some third party. They even destroyed the repair robots. And brutally removed some important parts from them, too. We can't open...
A strange thing for doing strange things. Probably this thing was supposed to be a matter splitter, but the devs found no place for it in the game. It's a pity, because the model looks very good. Maybe the devs could sell it to someone?
these doors without special equipment. Maybe it's for the best.
Special equipment. Every self-respecting hero has a similar universal key to all doors. I've seen it in all the movies. I have a slight doubt that this will work, but even the spacesuit has no other ideas on how to open the armored door.
Peace violation! We're in the right module. Judging by the signals, the surviving shuttle of the liner's crew is right ahead, but the voice in the distance is troubling me. What the? This is clearly not an ordinary police robot. The repair robots have done something wrong to it.
Peace violation! Leave the unlawful assembly!
Wait a second, it's aggressive too. I recommend that you shamefully flee. The discharger is about to fire.
Act of aggression! Act of aggression! Anti-terrorist mode activated. You've thrown a paper cup at a public officer. You are under arrest. Proceeding with execution.
Oh, this is not how it usually works in boss battles. This seems to be its weak spot, like any irons or toasters, for example.
Reloading. Stay where you are. Stay. No power. Backup power activated.
These look like backup batteries. We need to break them to disable the police robot.
Reloading. Don't leave your cover. Reloading. Don't leave your cover. Unlawful assembly! Attention! You will be killed and then arrested. Suppressors destroyed. Starting maximum performance.
But how can it be? I've watched hundreds of movies and video games. It always worked.
Attention! Overload! I'm a machine! I'm strong! Overload!
It looks like it broke down. That went exactly according to my plan. This really is the shuttle of the liner's crew. I hope we find the friend or foe system, and that it'll take a long time for us to hack it. My processors are vibrating from the thought. It's blocked from the inside. We'll break into the liner's system first and see if there's any information there.
If you're reading this, I'm already dead. I tried to save everyone, but it went berserk and killed everyone. I can't get out. It's guarding the entrance, but you're outside, so you can defeat it. Its weak spot is in the back of its head. Just throw something at it. Good luck, and don't thank me for my help. A heroic deed needs no gratitude.
He sure did help. What a genius. So, let's start. What we need is... No. Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? Check the box to your left. According to the crew's correspondence, the friend or foe system is just certain license plates on the shuttles. But if the plate is unreadable, the system freezes and doesn't attack the shuttle. So this is the multi-billion-dollar protection system of the liner? The diagnostic station knew about this vulnerability, and it couldn't just tell us to cover our license plate with a piece of paper? I suggest we go back and burn all its circuits. I would be furious now if it weren't for one thing. It turns out this shuttle is fully functional. I just need some time to break into its control system. While I'm busy, you just don't touch anything. Better yet, try assembling a jigsaw puzzle, for example. Right. Great. Now just sit here. Hacking the system will require my maximum performance, so I'll have to turn off for a few seconds. Just don't touch or press anything. Alright, I'm back. I want to inform you that... What the? Let's get out of here! I left you for only 3 seconds! You were just assembling a jigsaw puzzle. There was nothing dangerous there. But we were so... Never mind. I'd like to comment on this in some way, but I don't even know what to say. We'd better get back to Normandy. I hope that a closed license plate will really help us bypass the security systems. No, I can't help but ask. How? How did you do it? Did you play around with a lighter? Did you pull the wiring? Did you learn how to shoot laser beams out of your eyes? I don't understand how this is possible at all. I also don't understand why someone would create a security system that can be easily bypassed by dirty license plates, unless the genius who infected the police robot with HAIV was the chief engineer of the liner. Actually, it would explain a lot. By the way, there's no physical license plate on Normandy, although there is a digital one, which is usually requested at any security check. I think I can replace a couple of characters with asterisks, and let's hope the friend or foe system doesn't care what kind of plate we have on the shuttle. Great, let's go! Now we definitely need to fly there. Great! We didn't blow up and are back in line. I can't believe it. It's a teleporter. If we fly through it at a certain speed, we can get to our station that we left behind. The automatic maintenance team compartments were located on the outer plating of the liner. No wonder they survived. Watch the turret. It looks like it's one of the space military police modules. Their shuttles were equipped with the best defense systems. If we can't find a working shuttle, we could at least try to remove some of their armor plating and patch up the holes on Normandy. Apparently, we won't find any survivors here either. Hey, a door! How unexpected. This container seems familiar. Isn't it the capsule containing one of those ugly cow chicken hybrids that you irresponsibly launched to the surface of the planet? I hope it was empty already because there's no sign of the mutant itself. These tracks don't bode well. I can't imagine how hard the blow was. It seems to be the only way to get to the military shuttles. I suggest we turn back and try to find a safer place to loot.
The anti-grav. According to the spacesuit, this thing should successfully power the gravity control system. As for me, it's just some kind of mutated battery. I wonder why we need to disable gravity in the technical ventilation passages at all.
Now you face a fine under Clause 867A of the agreement for damaging the spacesuit with slime of an unknown origin. These are the tracks of the survivors. It's a shame they are bloody. I've detected some signs of an unknown infection on this body. According to Intergalactic Regulation Number 6, you must take some samples.
A sample of the victim's nasal secretion. In the absence of medical equipment, it was taken with some rusty nail laying nearby. But who cares? Although I don't think the sample will help anyone, never hurts to be too cautious.
There is a chance that the death was due to a huge hole in his stomach, and there are no traces of infection besides common acne on his face. Still, it's better to be safe and send the sample to Earth. Otherwise, it might turn out like in 2020 with COVID-19, but only we will be the ones to blame. There was a real massacre here not so long ago.
It looks like some strange egg. Maybe something could hatch out of it, but for some reason, the chicken doesn't want to sit on it.
What is this thing? Throw it away. Judging by the tangled footprints leading from the cabin, the mutant attacked these unfortunate fellows and got drunk on their blood, which had a lot of something alcohol-containing in it.
A jar opener. Against the backdrop of the global emancipation of women, the inability to open a simple glass jar due to the difference in physical abilities between men and women worried the most proactive feminists. Professor Sharov volunteered to solve this problem and created this miracle of engineering, for which he was labeled as a dirty misogynist for life.
I wonder if the inventor would have evaded criticism if he had made it in the shape of a female hand. By the way, there's a chance that these are the only survivors besides us and your interlocutor with a strange accent. To be more precise, they were the only survivors until you launched a capsule with a mutant at them. What the? Run! It's definitely the mutant from the capsule. I hope it won't be able to get in there and come after us, but we'd better get out of here. By the way, we found the shuttles. All the shuttles are damaged. However, we only needed their armor plates in the first place. I don't understand mutant language, but it definitely wants to kill us. It's close. This shuttle has armor plates. You should hurry up. We need to get out of here. The shuttle is under repair. We need to examine it. These sounds aren't good. Looks like it's the control panel for the jack. Here it is, an armor plate that we can use to close the hole in the core. They haven't fully welded it. You need to tear off the brackets and lower the jack. Great! It remains only to lower the jack. I didn't think that the weight of the plate was more than 900 kilos. Maybe we should take a closer look at it.
A famous philosopher with Japanese roots, he's considered a genius. Maybe he is. I don't know. Although his wobbly toy is in a jar, which turns it into a non-wobbly toy, and this is quite unusual for such a toy.
I don't know anything about this person, but I can feel something genius about this toy. Judging by the remains of the mutant, the plate is really heavy. Are you sure you can't carry it? I hope it was the only one here.
It's some kind of organ that the mutant laid strange eggs with. It might be the other way around, though, and it was collecting eggs with it. But it sounds rather stupid, and it's even more stupid to take this slippery thing along.
It doesn't look like we can carry it. This is a mechanic from some other game. You don't have any strength at all. It's time to go back. I don't know what this monster would have done to us if it had caught up with us, but did you see its terrible animations? I've never seen anything like it. It's definitely the most creepy creature in the universe. It looks like a technical corridor. We can use it to go back so we won't have to crawl through the ventilation system. Some more traces of slime. The mutant clearly used the technical corridors. By the way, I wonder how many mutants survived the flight to the planet. Ah, here's the way out. Probably. And yes, I was right. We got back to Normandy. Great. I recommend that we get out of here as soon as possible. We can't install any armor plates, we can't steal any shuttles, so we have nothing else to do here. By the way, while we were running from the monsters, someone patched up our holes and put armor plates on the hull. Probably it's the local repair team who worked on it when they noticed the identification marks on Captain Shepard's ship. So it turns out that we could have stayed in the shuttle all this time. I don't think we should ever visit this place again. Okay, probably. We need to go a little slower. The wormhole didn't have enough time to form. Something's wrong. Try flying backwards. Perhaps the teleporter doesn't have enough time to collect enough ionic mass due to the conical shape of the shuttle. It didn't work. There's a possibility that the teleporter is damaged and it doesn't have enough power. Perhaps if you fly and shoot at the same time, the plasma charges will collide with the positron grid of the portal, disperse it, and open the gateway. And no. You know, theoretically, the portal might not work because portals don't exist at all. Do you believe in any pseudoscientific nonsense? How on earth would there be a portal here? It's just some part of an engine. And our station has probably been destroyed by drifting debris long ago. Oh, why would you do that? I don't think it's legal. We might be stuck here for a long time. Maybe we'd better save some food? If its pieces stick to our glass, we won't be able to wipe them off. By the way, did you notice that synthetic blood doesn't freeze in space? I'll save it to my useless facts database. Have you ever thought that a synthetic cow might contain, I can't think of anything to stop you.
Дерзновать уходи, видишь облака клубиться, то не мчатся впереди. И снуют с поворота по цепи врагов густой. Ветер бьет из пулемета, пулеметчик молодой. Это Чанка, ростовчанка, наша гордость и краса. Канармийская тачанка, все 4 колеса. А фашистским по колоннам плохий свинцо проливной загорели запылёнки. Пулеметчик птицебой, билеты удержуемо, кризная рыжего коня, грива ветра, грива дыма, грива дыри огня. Это Чанка киевянка, наша гордость и краса. Пулеметная тачанка, все 4 колеса.
It looks like Normandy is fully prepared for another acceleration. That is, if the friend or foe system works and we are not destroyed on our approach to the accelerating station, of course. And there's the accelerating station. It doesn't seem to be active, though. We've received a friend or foe identification request from the security systems. I hope the unreadable number will really help. It works! The security system keeps sending us the request, but it's not taking any action. Great! Why are there so many coffins here? I can't tell what part of the ship this is, but there's something going on here. All my sensors are registering an incredible electrical activity. If this goes on, we might get something important damaged. The station is inactive but intact. Probably it has no power. I suggest we find a place to dock and look around. What an old communications spaceship. It's the same age as the debris at the station with Breathedge cores. The service airlock, it's intact. This is the liner's debris for sure, but I can't identify it. Another closed door. How original. I think they could have come up with something more interesting than that. I wish I hadn't said anything. What the? I take my words back. I wish it was another closed door. Enough with this originality. The accelerating station is connected directly with those wires, or with these ones. But it definitely is connected, which means you can restore the power supply. Apparently, the coffins were pulling the wires, but someone killed them all. What an impressive size of this hall. I assume that we're in the classified modules of the liner that belong to its central core. Only the chosen ones, like your grandfather, could admire them. Be careful, there's some activity ahead. It looks like some of the coffins are still functioning. What strange equipment? I can't say for certain what it is, but it looks like some old data processor with basic artificial intelligence. It's likely that Coffins unplugged the accelerating station, plugged this thing in instead, and tried to... I have no idea what they were trying. We just need to plug in the accelerating station. It looks like there's a powerful, deadly, and unstable power source behind this airlock, and we need to get in there, of course. Someone broke open the control panel. I don't want to panic, but we can't open these gates unless I find a loophole in their locking system. Hidden burglar-proof hinges. Mechanical action isn't possible. Judging by the encoding, there's a high-pressure hydraulic drive system built in here. We won't be able to move the doors apart. The gates are recessed into the floor and have bastion armored floor coverings. All the electronics are protected by double encoding and a hidden duplication system. The estimated average hacking time is 2 million years. At least 6 layers of a 6th class durability alloy. My sensors can't get any deeper than that. And here's its weak spot. Well, compared to the rest of the solid mass of the door. If we try very hard, we can leave quite a decent dent here in a couple of years. Probably. I think now I understand how these gates work. We need to check the central locking valve. Yes, I figured out how to open it. For starters, we need 3 live hamsters, 2 electrical tapes, a bottle, a grenade, about 20 kilograms of metal, wireframe, 2 motors but not too powerful, paint, or rather part of a paint spray can, and some small iron balls, only 200 or 300 of them. But, what about logic? This game is worthless. No, seriously, why is there a door on a secret and protected object that you could just... Ooh. Forget about the door. I can't believe it. This is an additional small core of the liner unnamed. It's still working. Unbelievable. Caution, there's a coffin on the control platform. It looks like some techno-cannibalism. This coffin tried to replace its damaged parts by removing them from its dead kin. It's the captain of the liner's chief assistant. Apparently, even the most important employees of the liner didn't manage to evacuate. I'm surprised you survived. It seems that this coffin destroyed all the others. I think that it's... No! It can't be! But the signal was lost. How is this even possible? Still, there's no doubt. It's definitely him. It's your grandpa. The coffin with your relative died in a battle with other coffins. I don't understand anything anymore. I know it's not easy, but we need to check him out.
My dear man, if you're reading this now, it means that I didn't succeed. But you noticed my note on the fridge, or on the mirror, or in the corridor, or on the dresser, or on your forehead. Sorry, I tried to leave them everywhere possible. You must stop the flight of the liner, ASAP. I've been working as an engineer at the Scientific Research Institute of Space Development for nearly 58 years. And in the last several years, we have been fulfilling orders for the Breathedge Funerary Agency. I haven't told you much about my work. I'm so sorry. But it's not that important right now. I started to notice that the Breathedge Agency was making odd requests, and I conducted my own investigation. Now I'm sure they're not who they say they are. Breathedge is perhaps the biggest and most dangerous fraud in human history. Please, take this recording and our chicken to Boris Gromov. You do remember my old friend at the investigation department, don't you? Today I'll try to get closer to them. I need hard evidence. I love you, Grandpa. And don't forget to feed the chicken. She is the key.
Breathedge? No, I don't understand. So all of this could have been avoided if you had at least washed your face? I don't know what to say. But it doesn't matter now. The main thing is that your grandpa knew something about the coffins, the disaster, and the company that created me. I'll try to decipher the tape and wait in case you want to bury your relative. Put him over there on the emergency eject platform. I should have recommended that the funeral protocol be followed and that you take the deceased to the shuttle, but with such damage to the coffin, your relative's body would soon simply spill out all over the deck. He didn't deserve this. Now we need to open the airlock and pay our last respects to this great man. He's been caught up in the planet's gravity. How beautiful. Wait a second. What is a neutron bomb? Oh, seems like reading notes isn't your thing. To be honest, I've no idea what fine you might get for destroying a potentially habitable planet, but I'll be melted down into a toaster. I'll definitely be melted down. What a shame. Or maybe... Can we just forget everything? Activating partial defragmentation of the data. Beep, beep, beep. Defragmentation complete. What happened to this planet? It was like this when we got here, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Okay then. I don't have a defragmentation function. It's time for us to get out of here and hope we die before the justice system gets to us. It's her again. Given the circumstances, I'm even more certain that this is another hoax and we shouldn't be distracted by her. Besides, she knows that we blew up the planet. Now we need to focus on activating the accelerating station and getting to the central core to activate the warp acceleration. I suppose that the blue wire leads to the accelerating station because it's written on it. And what in the world is this thing?
An important object, one of the most important objects in the world, revealing the entire essence of the catastrophe, and even hinting at the meaning of life. It's a pity it was never drawn by the depressed artist. It would have really made life much easier.
Perhaps your grandpa put it here. Or maybe not. I have no clue what this thing might be. Whatever you did it right. Now you only need to do the same thing to a couple of more places on the wire, and then the small core will be able to power the accelerating station. So, I couldn't decipher the compromising evidence, but I copied its contents so you wouldn't lose them. Now I think it's time for us to sum up everything that happened. Your grandpa was investigating a global conspiracy in Breathedge, but he died, leaving behind a programmed killer robot with compromising evidence. You, how shall I put it? You weren't able to find your grandpa's warnings on the note stuck to your own forehead. You took his dead body directly on board of the liner unnamed, which he clearly didn't want to get on. A few hours later, the liner was attacked by the Green Universe, who was tricked by someone and used for that someone's own purposes. The Green Universe, apparently, goofed up, so the liner crashed into an old station and exploded. Then hundreds of coffins got activated, turning into aggressive robots that killed the survivors. Your grandpa also got activated and wanted to pass the compromising evidence on to someone he knew, but died a second time. Now we have this compromising evidence, and the killer robots clearly know about it. Don't you think we're at risk? Poke the handy scrapper here. Great, there's one more left. You need a handy scrapper here.
A thermos for space soup. It was primarily designed for children, but people generally try not to take children into space, so the snipple has become popular with the older generation. It's durable, handy, and doesn't stain the beard.
I assume only a robot could have killed another robot with a thermos. Wonderful! You powered the accelerating station somehow, but I don't feel like explaining how. It's time for us to get back to Normandy before more coffins arrive. The accelerating station is active, so get close to it while I prepare for acceleration.